Hello, brothers and sisters in Christ. We shall be doing a short video and we shall be reading a couple of verses from chapter 3 from the second epistle of Paul, the apostle to Timothy. And we shall be expanding on verse 6 because it's something that's happening rampantly, especially nowadays. So we're going to chapter 3 and we shall be reading from verse 1 till verse 7, but we shall be expanding on verse 6. Verse 1: But know this, that in the last days perilous times will come. For men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Very, very true. This selfie generation, young people, so obsessed with taking selfies of themselves. It's always about me and I and what I do. And also where it says here, lovers of money and boasters, lovers of themselves, boasters. Here, let's zoom in on that word, boasters. What do you see on Facebook? For boasting, I did this and I did that. And exhibitionism, people posing, showing off their bodies, showing off their beauty and what not. Boasting. See, Facebook has become a means to boast on a public domain, boasting on a public domain. Therefore, let us carry on with our reading. Verse 3: Unloving, unforgiving, slanderers, without self-control, brutal, despisers of good. Yes, these such people who say that evil is good and good is evil. Verse 4: Traitors, headstrong, haughty, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of good, having a form of godliness, but denying its power, and from such people turn away. Verse 6: For of this sort are those who creep into households and make captives of gullible women, loaded down with sins, led away by various lusts. We shall be coming back to this verse pretty soon. Verse 7: Always learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. So, let's focus on this verse, because this is the objective of this video today. For of this sort are those who creep into households and make captives of gullible women, loaded down with sins, led away by various lusts. So, when I read this verse, what came to mind, and then I later studied what was the interpretation of it, it's generally referring to men, but it can be women. But it's generally referring to men, separated men, in our context, in this day and age, who make their way, they creep into households. How do they creep? With households, with false vanity, with lies. They try to grab the attention of vulnerable women, or vice versa. If it's women creeping into such a household, trying to gain the attention of a vulnerable man. Such vulnerable people would be those who are undergoing a separation and thus are feeling lonely, or those people who have been recently separated. And the verse continues to tell us, and make captives of gullible women, loaded down with sins, led away by various lusts. So, these women are gullible because they are vulnerable. They Alright, these separated women, they want attention, they want company, they feel lonely, they feel that they failed with their marriage and they want to have another chance at another relationship. But in doing so, and again, I must say, these gullible women may be gullible men, vulnerable men, having undergone separation recently. They are looking for partnership. Now, Satan comes in here because Satan tries to sell his incredible lie that a separated man or a separated woman will have to spend the rest of her life alone, loneliness. Oh, Satan would harp on that. You're going to be lonely. You're going to be by yourself. You're going to age by yourself. You cannot make it on your own. It's impossible. You need to cling on to a man. You need to find a man. You're still young. You need to satisfy your own bodily needs. All Satan's lies, the lusts of the flesh. Okay? So, and in doing so, such gullible women or men, people who have recently separated, end up accepting the advances of such people who creep into their households, and they would be committing adultery because they end up having a relationship, partnering up with such people. Okay? They're committing adultery. Alright? Now, these people who creep into these households of gullible or vulnerable women or men, okay, people who are recently separated, these people they apparently are sheep, but are inwardly ravening wolves. Now, Matthew chapter 7 verse 15 refers to false prophets as wolves in sheep's clothing. But you can also call these people, these men, who have lusts which must be satisfied at all costs. These people can be called sheep, but inwardly are ravening wolves. Okay? Right? And they use a lot of charm. They go to great lengths to be very nice and to be very gentlemanly. Or if it's a woman, the other way round. They want to help these lonely women. They want to help them. They'll do anything, just as long as they'll be able to fulfill their lusts. It's all about their lusts. So please, you people out there who are getting separated and who are having these thoughts and these feelings that Satan is trying to convince you that you're going to be alone and that you're not going to make it by yourself, please, don't believe Satan. I urge you to pray. And you're never alone, you know that. Jesus Christ is with us. All you need to do is pray and believe. And the Lord will give you all your needs. If you pray, the Lord will be close to you. The Lord is close to the broken-hearted and rescues those whose spirit is crushed. This is one of David's psalms. You need to pray. I hope this reading has blessed you. And another thing, be wary of Facebook, because you find these sharks, because that's what these lustful men are, or women, because they do exist as well. They are sharks. They're seeking to devour their prey. They need to fulfill their lusts, their sexual lusts. Okay? So, I hope this reading has blessed you. And till we meet again, God bless you all.